Happy holidays, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with the Spellbinders After Christmas sale, which looks like it's going to be going into New Year's because look at the graphic. It says something about New Year's, so I think it's going to be that entire time, okay? There are lots of steals and deals, mostly deals in this sale, but there are some very nice steals worth taking a look at. In this sale, there are different categories. So at the top of the description box, and I will detail and link everything below in the description box, I will have the categories like die deals, clearance deals, BetterPress, glimmer deals, past Kit Club deals. If you are not a Kit Club member, but you want to get some of those Kit Club goodies, best time to get it is when it's in the past Kit Club and on sale. Thumbs up for that. There is also machine deals, so I'm going to start off the video with that. I will be putting timestamps in this video as well. Some supplies, embossing, and wax seal. Also, crafters, there are some Hero Arts deals as well. But before I get started, Kit Club is open for new subscriptions until the 27th of this month. If you join Kit Club, you will get 2 extra bonus goodies. I will link my Kit Club video here so you can watch that and take a look at all the goodies in the December Kit Club. To shop this sale, I suggest that you check your wish list, check your rewards. Remember, rewards at Spellbinders equals cash. You get free shipping at $125. Alrighty, crafters, let's get into this after Christmas sale, steals and deals. I will also link my recent Pottery Barn video. That is more like for your home decor, craft room goodies type of past Christmas, because I fell in love with Pottery Barn's gingerbread. All of that is on sale, so I'll link the video here. You can take a look at that video. It's a walkthrough, and I kept on going because I was like picking up bits of all the gingerbread goodies. They have all this beautiful ceramic gingerbread. And I also have a home goods shop with me video. I'll link that here as well. That one is more like coming into spring. But let's say you want to brighten up your craft room. Even if it's winter outside, you can have some spring flowers. You can have the fun and inspiration indoor, because right now we're going straight into Valentine's crafting. Directly into it. Alrighty, crafters, let's get into this video. Let's get started. So the reason I'm starting off with machine deals, because they are 2 thumbs up, fantastic. Some of them are steals as well. If you watched my previous video, as a matter of fact, please give this video a thumbs up. And I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I was always mentioning the Mega Machine Bundle, which was 4 sets for a good price. That's now sold out. It included a Platinum 6, My Turn handle, BetterPress leather press system, and a glimmer machine. That's sold out. So I'm not talking about that. What I'm going to be talking about now, and Spellbinders brought it back. This is for the crafter who wants a die cutting machine, or maybe a second machine, or a bigger machine, and you just don't have the budget for it, but you would love to get a Platinum 6, a Platinum Scout, or a Platinum machine, which is a large format machine. These are now refurbished machines. Now, when Spellbinders does their refurbished machines, and I'm showing you the graphic here, notice that it says gently used. Think of it more like new. These are not just machines that they just box up and send it to you. There will be quality control testing, because in-house, Denzel, who created the Platinum Scout, I think he even did the Platinum 6, all those machines, he's in-house at the Spellbinders office. So I'm sure these machines will pass through his hands for him to test them and make sure that they're good before they just put it up for sale. So this is an opportunity for you to now get, like I said, a second machine, or maybe just a Platinum machine. Maybe you have an electronic die cut machine like an Empress or a Gemini. If you have either one of those machines, you have a narrow opening. To be able to use a glimmer machine or a BetterPress machine, you need a machine with a wide opening. Plus, with these type of machines, you can then cut steel ruled dies, the thicker dies. Think like Sizzix Biggs die. I like the wide opening, okay? That's just me personally. Plus, I don't like taping down dies on the cutting plates. And I don't like magnetic cutting plates either. They're just not my favorites. I have my own little quirks with them. So now, going back into the machines that are on sale, I was just giving you an overview, because if you are new to machines, I want you to know that there is a difference between the electronic and then the ones that have the wide opening. So I'm going to talk about the 3 categories, and I'm going to take my time because it does get confusing and I don't want you to purchase the wrong thing. I'm going to talk about Platinum 6 first. Then I'm going to go into the Scout. Then I'm going to go into the platinum. When I'm talking about these machines, you will see in the description box below, if you see the word ORIG, that means original. I'm going to abbreviate some of the terminology in this video because I'm limited by the amount of space I can put everything in the description box below. So if it says ORIG, it's talking about the older original Platinum 6 Platinum machine. You will know it visually just by the little copper banding on it. Read the description before you purchase just to make sure, but I will clearly list it in the order I'm talking about it here. The new and improved Platinum machines, those will have the universal plate system with it. The original machine does not come with the universal plate system. It comes with a shorter set of cutting plates. So what you want to get is the universal plate system. And I will tell you why in 2 seconds. So let's now start. First up in the Platinum 6, there is the refurbished, new and improved with the universal plate system die cut machine. That is coming in at $79.99, a steal from $159.99. And remember, I'm telling you, like new, this is the time to get it. You can get this if you want to gift a machine to one of your kids or your best friend. Get one of these machines. I'm sure it will look good as well. Okay? So the refurbished, new and improved, so it will have the full universal plate system. Suzanne, why would I want the universal plate system? To be able to cut all those 3D embossing folders that are 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. With the older system, you have shorter plates. Number 2. Refurbished original Platinum 6 machine. So I will have the word refurb, ORIG P6. That one is coming in at $59.99 from $119.99. I would skip that one. Why would I skip that one? Because if you want to purchase the universal plate system by itself for the Platinum 6, you're looking at $60.99. Makes no sense. So for $20 more, you are getting the whole universal plate system, which will come with cutting plates A, B, 2 of cutting plate C for die cutting. Then you'll also get the adapter to use for 3D embossing. You'll also get the floppy mat to do dry embossing. Everything will come with the universal plate system. So your best deal with this in terms of the refurb is the refurb new and improved for $79.99. Thumbs up. There is also another version. There is the new original Platinum 6. Now, the machine I always use is a Platinum 6 when I'm traveling out of town and such. I don't have a white new and improved one, which is so pretty. But if you want a new original, which I would say, no, still get the $79 one, is $99.99 from $119.99. You would have to get universal plate system for an additional $60. At that point, then you might as well just buy a brand new and improved Platinum 6 machine. You will know the difference because the original machine will have that bronze coloring on it, and the new and improved will have that kind of a silvery color. It will have a lighter colorway, okay? That's how you can tell the difference, and you can also read the description box. So in the order I'm giving it to you, I just want to make sure that I'm crystal clear so you don't make a mistake. The refurb new and improved with the universal plate, $79.99. Refurb original Platinum 6, $59.99. And the new original Platinum 6, I'd skip that one, $99. Just me being upfront and honest with you, I'd take the $79.99. Get them before it's gone, because the last time I was talking about all these machines, they did sell out. And those refurb, I'm telling you, they will go through quality testing like new. So this is a great time if you want to just have one of these machines. Now I'm going to go into the Platinum Scout machine. These are your super steals. Up next, crafters, I have both of these machines. Spellbinders was kind enough to send it to me. This is the white Platinum Scout machine. This is the lilac shimmer. So lilac shimmer will be this beautiful purple exclusively at Spellbinders. If you want to see more on these smaller die cut machines, which are my crafty assistant, this is the one I'm using all the time. This is Scout. This is Lila. I will link my introductory unboxing video here so you can take a look at these beauties. This has a 3.5 inch opening and 9 inches long. Love, 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 love. When I'm traveling out of town, I'm carrying 2 things. The Platinum 6 machine, my original, and I'm also carrying one of these. I don't carry this one. I want to keep her pristine. I use her for like tutorials, and you'll also see her in my video. You see the coloring here? This is how you know just visually from the photograph that this is the new and improved in the bigger sizing, okay? Both in the Platinum 6 and the Platinum Machine. First up, let's talk about the Lilac Scout. This is coming in at $39.99 from $79.99. That's a steal. This is a refurbished machine, but absolutely worth it. It will come with its own series of universal plate system, all of it. So you can cut a 3D embossing folder. It would have the shim, everything. Now, I have used this machine. Look how many times I've used it. On both sides, 1,000,000 cuts. And I don't have to tape anything down. Here is the platforms A, B, and cutting plate C. And then the top plate. For this machine, because it's small, but it cuts so well, I would get another set of the cutting plates just to have a backup set, okay? Once this top plate starts to bend, I'm giving you a sidebar. Switch it out. Hint, hint, I've talked about it many times before, but just switch it out once the top plate starts to bend. This bottom plate, you can just keep using this one and just keep changing these. Once it starts to bend, right now it's straight. This is cutting pristine, okay? Fabulous, fabulous. So this is $39.99. Here is the color I was telling you about, that lighter silver color. This is on the new and improved Platinum 6 and the new and improved Platinum Machine, the large format. So this one is coming in at $37.49. Crafters, you can buy a die set at Spellbinders for like $32.99. Some of them are even $42.99. This is a whole machine that will last you, and she travels so well. Right below this, I'm going to put the Totally Tiffany 9x4-inch toolbox, because this is how I travel with this machine, with all these plates, plus an extra plate, plus my magic mat for this, okay? All the time I travel with it that way. So this is coming in at $37.49 from $79.99. Steal, steal. If you have been curious, but you're like, I don't want to spend $70, now you can spend $30. Get both of these refurbished, either one. Fabulous. You will not regret it. Anytime you want to do die cutting, and because of this 3.5-inch opening, you can cut a lot before you have to go into the larger Platinum 6. Platinum 6, though, you will use for your BetterPress and your Glimmer, okay? That was a super steal in terms of machines. Last set now I'm going to talk about is a Platinum Machine. The wide format. This is the largest one that they have at Spellbinders. It has a 8.5-inch opening and 13-inch long. If you buy the universal plate system for that, which is called the XL universal plate system, that's $89.99. Even on sale, it is still pricey. So what you want to get with this one, and I'm going to be crystal clear, and I'm putting it, like I said, in order, is the refurbished, new and improved Platinum Machine that comes with the universal plate system, $124.99 from $249.99. That's a steal as well. It will have the coloring like this, not the bronze color. Take a moment, don't get too excited, read the description, or if you're going from what I'm talking about, you will see it in the order and you'll see the word ORIG. ORIG, I'm saying, just skip it because it's not going to have the universal plate system and you're going to have to go back and buy it. When the universal plate system first came out, I actually bought mine. I actually have a second set of universal plate system because Spellbinders did send me the lilac shimmer in the Platinum 6. You know, I did spend that money, okay? And lastly, there is the refurbished Platinum Machine. This one will be the original, no universal plate system, coming in $79.99 from $229.99. Great deal. You would have to get the XL universal plate system, and that one is going to be $89.99. To me, it doesn't make sense. And if you want to invest in all these oversized, gorgeous, fabulous embossing folders, just get the universal plate system. It's the easiest thing to work with. You will also get the best embossing on both a 2D embossing folder and a 3D embossing folder. So just get the one with the universal plate system. I am actually considering the Platinum Machine, but I don't have any money right now to get it. So hopefully it lasts a little bit long, because at $124 from $249, thumbs up. That's a super steal. But these are refurbished machines, okay? But like I said, like new. So if any of this appeals to you, get it sooner than later. Last time I spoke about it a few times, it did sell out. but this is your time to get an extra machine. And all these machines even include the little baby. Notice the wide opening. If you look at your Empress, it will have a narrow opening. This is the one in the Platinum 6 and the Platinum machine that can take the BetterPress and Glimmer. And if you are interested in BetterPress and Glimmer, which is absolutely worth the effort of being interested in, you want a wide format machine, okay? Next in machines, this is an honorable mention. There are 2 Glimmer machines that are refurbished. One is a by far winner, and both of them are the same price. There is the newer Glimmer machine, and I'm showing you the graphic here, $74.99 from $149.99. And then there is the older original Glimmer machine, $74.99 from $149.99. Same exact price. What's the difference between them? Both of them heat up the same way, work the same way. You can use both hot foil plates, Glimmer plates, and also BetterPress on them. But the original machine, when you would disengage it, it was a little bit stiffer. The newer machine, just a light pull. So I would go with the one, again, with this color at $74.99. These are refurbished machines, but trust me, it will go through the same process again. So if you are in the market, this might be the time. All right, that is my whole big sidebar on machines, but I think this is something very important because all these die cutting machines are an investment, and the worst thing to do is get a machine, get it home, and then you don't use it. Because once you started using it, you're like, I really don't like it. Like my Gemini. That's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people love their Gemini, but once she started bending every second, I am not into taping down, but that's me. I love to just put a die on and run it through, put it on again, run it through. I don't like taping anything down unless I have to, okay? So I love the universal plate system. This is the easiest thing to use. We are best friends. And this, I've been waiting for it. I have 5 other mini die cutting machines. So if you're looking for a great mini die cut machine that can actually cut really well, by far winner, either color, okay? That was my lecture on machines, because if you wanted one, this might be the time. And I'm sure Denzel has done all his little quality checks and looked at it. He can pull these apart in 2 seconds because he built all of these. Okay, crafters, before I get into new in sales, let's talk about the Merry Moments Mega Card Making Kit. I will link my unboxing video here. This is a huge card making kit. Right now, Christmas is over, but you can use this for cards for next year, and you can make so many cards with this beautiful set. Merry Moments is now $30 from $50. You're getting ephemera, 6x6 paper pad, all sorts of ephemera, all kinds of goodies. You can just watch my video to see what's in this beauty, okay? Also, the Crafty Advent Calendar, that has sold out, but the 12 Days of Stitchmas is still available. I put the rate here on the screen. You still have time to treat yourself to this one, and then you can make a bunch of ornaments, decor pieces, everything. Put these on cards as well for next year. Love, 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 love. All right, now let's go into new in sale. First up for new in sale, Falling Leaves die and Changing Trees die. Falling Leaves is $16.09 from $22.99. Changing Trees, $16.09 from $22.99. This is the one that you can use all year round. Here are my examples. You see, if I change this to green, it's a beautiful tree. I love the silhouette. I love the fun and play with this one. And then this is a great fall set. Really, really fun to play with, okay? And you get both the fall leaves and then all these different styles of acorn. Winner. Up next, these are from the All About Christmas collection. There is the Bow and Bell Scallop, $16.09 from $22.99. That's a foundation die set. I use this a lot in the Advent calendar. This might be the time. Very fun set to work with. Essential Stars. This one is also $16.09 from $22.99. And same here with the Christmas Foliage die. Here are my examples from the Advent calendar. You see that outer piece? This scallop detail with the stitching, 3 3/4 of an inch wide by 4 7/8 of an inch tall. Then it has these inner layers, 3 of them, 1 without stitching and 2 more with stitching, so you can layer, layer, and layer some more. Here it is on an A2. Here it is as a shaped card. Also comes with a bow and a bell. Here's another card with it. I do have the scallop detail here in black against that, and then 2 more layers with the cute little gingerbread also on sale. Isn't that a fun card? And lastly, I don't have an example of this one, but that would be great for a lot of boys' cards, lots of decor pieces too. The largest star here is 4 inches. Christmas foliage, I do have this, where I'm using both the bow and bell scallop. This is on sale as well. And then here, this is a sort of a modern take on the whole poinsettia and all the layers. So super fun Christmas foliage, okay? This is another fun, fabulous foundation die to add to your stash. Up next is this fun die set. This is called Little Birdies. $13.99 from $19.99. You get 2 birds, a branch. This can make for great Christmas, holiday, winter cards as well. Here is a card that I started but didn't finish, but look how fun this is. So I'm going to turn this into a winter card. Fun, fun, fun. Look at the little hat and the little scarf, but you don't have to use them. Even little booties on this. This is absolutely adorable. And a $13.99 winner. If you love a good bird die set, add to your collection, to your stash. Fabulous. Up next, crafters, are these 2 Halloween beauties. These were so fabulous and both of them sold out. If you missed it, this might be the time if it's on your wish list, and now it's on sale. Bewitched dies. This is the one with the cat. So I'll just put Bewitched cat, or I may just put cat. This has the sentiment Happy Halloween with the shadow, the cat, all sorts of goodies to put it together. Boo Crew, 3 styles of ghosts with layering depth. So fabulous. Love, love, love this one. $23.09 from $32.99. Steal, steal. Love that. And you get the sentiment, boo to you. And you can have your ghosts in so many different configurations. Love this. Both of these come with diagrams as well. To see the diagrams, you'll go on the product page, scroll through all the pictures towards the end. You'll see the diagram. I just take a screenshot and then print it out. There was a time when Spellbinders would allow you to download it, but then they stopped doing that. So just take a screenshot, print it out, or work from the screenshot, okay? Here are my 2 examples of my cutie patootie cat. Absolutely adorable. Would I buy Halloween dies at this time of year? Absolutely. I've been known to buy Halloween even in February because I love Halloween dies. This is a fantastic set. This is from Simon Hurley. Look how fun that is. Look at this fabulous 5x7 card telling a whole story. See all 3 ghosts? You can have fun with their hats. You can have fun with their arm positioning. You can have one carrying a jack-o'-lantern. You can have them wearing glasses, a monocle. Absolutely fabulous. You can see clearly by this card. I adore this set. I love Halloween crafting. Just one of the best things. Just love, 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 love. Here's another card. Love that too. 2 more as well. Love, 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 love. If it's on your wish list, this might be the time. Up next, my texture and foliage collection. All of it is on sale. I link my video here. It is 5 items, 2 die sets, a BetterPress sentiment set, and 2 3D embossing folders. These 2 embossing folders can be used on a multitude of things. You notice the 3D? This is when you would go into the universal plate system to get the optimal results when you emboss this. Fabulous, and you're going to see so many examples because it's my own collection. This is Autumn Greetings Wreath, where you'll get all of these goodies. This is coming in at $16.09 from $22.99. If my collection was on your wish list and at the time you couldn't get it, this might be the time. You will still get the twigs. That can work all year round. Here is the fall part, and you get the sentiment Autumn Greetings. If your budget is tight, I would say get this one. Seasonal Wreath Foliage, $23.09. Fabulous pricing, that's a steal, from $32.99. So with this one, there is Holiday, all year round winner. I use this a lot for birthday cards, summer cards, spring cards. This is just a wider version of the garden wreath die set, which I will be going into my older collection next. And you also get the sentiment, Merry Christmas with the shadow, and you also get the berries. So super love. So this is all year round. You could use this one too, the mistletoe style, all year round as well. It could be like eucalyptus. It has that same look. And then this is obviously holiday. So at $23.09, I'd get this one. If your budget is tight, stay here and then eventually get this one. My BetterPress set, Birthday Wishes Sentiments. This is for all your birthday needs, including belated birthday and all sorts of fun sentiments. Birthday Wishes Sentiments press plate and die. This is coming in at $20.29 from $28.99. Press or glimmer die cut once. You get a series of sentiments, and you'll see them on my example. Love, 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 love. Here is another set that I have so you can see all the sentiments. Cheers to another year. Happy belated birthday. Happiest birthday wishes. Happy birthday. Aged to perfection as we are getting older. That's a fabulous one. It's your special day from all of us. You can use that all year round. You could do Merry Christmas on the outside, and then on the inside, press or glimmer and do from all of us. Love that. So this is a great set to have. And finally, my two 3D embossing folders. Look at the texture. This one is linen and this one is dimpled. Both of them are coming in at $11.19 from $15.99, and both of them are in stock. They did sell out. Love, love, love the linen. These can work on all cards because they're so neutral, and I purposely designed them that way. So I love this as well. I would love to explore more of these type of embossing folders where it's neutral, and then you can build florals on it. You can build anything on it. This one in particular is flat enough that you don't have to use a foundation die to then build your dies on, because sometimes with embossing folders, when you put something on top, it gets kind of like this. These handle building directly on the embossed detail very, very well. Sometimes I do have to bring in a foundation die just to break it, okay? So these are all on sale, texture and foliage. Now let's look at my examples. This one is the autumn. Look at that. You get the autumn sentiment, pumpkins, all the leaves. So super fun. You see how this is built directly on that? And this is the linen 3D embossing folder. Absolute fun. On this one, I did bring in a foundation die because I did want to have a focal point here. I have a swag. Notice you're seeing the seasonal wreath here in the background and garden wreath add-on. Here I'm using the sentiment happy birthday, and here I'm using my BetterPress. So I'm mixing both my older beautiful wreaths collection with my new texture and foliage. They work seamlessly together. Love that. So I'm going to go into beautiful wreath next because you're seeing all of this now. And then this one I built directly on the panel. And here I have happiest birthday wish. Isn't that fun? Look at all the birthday cards. All you have to do is just change up the colors of the flowers. Fun, 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 fun. So super love. Here's another example of the seasonal wreath. Here I'm using this one, and you are getting both the left and right, so you can do a swag where, see, this is right curving, that's left curving. I adore good swag, and this one has a swag detail. This one will only go in one direction, but you can still work it like what I did here. I just put a flower there. So this is an example of this one. So fun. This is a pink Christmas card. Quick, simple, beautiful. Here is another example of texture and foliage. Now, this is a different embossing folder with a lot of musical notes. So to quiet the background, bring your focus in here, I did use a foundation die. And here is the sentiment, Age to Perfection from the BetterPress. And here you're seeing the seasonal foliage. Here are two more examples of the linen 3D embossing folder. Here I did use a foundation die. Sometimes I'll do the foundation die just to bring in that focal point and pop everything here so your eyes immediately go here. But on here, I built directly on it. You see how this is all on it with the mistletoe, and then I brought in the Christmas wreath add-on. So I'm going to hold these because I'm coming back to them. Now let's go into more dies. More dies are older die sets, but they are still fantastic. Fabulous. If they are in your wish list, this might be the time. Thumbs up. First up, I'm going to start with my collection, the Beautiful Wreath collection, because I'm mixing it so seamlessly because these are all so many accessory bits that works with the texture and foliage that you just saw. I also have 5 die sets here. Not everything is on sale. Build a Wreath. $19.59 from $27.99. This is the starter die set. This is the one that started off the whole wreath building because I have always wanted to build wreath cards and they were so hard for me to build with other die sets. Now I can build wreath cards to my heart's content. I can make them as fluffy as I want. I can make them swags. I have so many cards to show you, but I'm not going to show you all of them because now I'm going into like 20 something, 30 cards with my own collection. If you have difficulty building a wreath card from scratch, this is a great set. So is my seasonal wreath, okay? Those two are fantastic to get started and you can do a lot with them. With Build a Wreath, you are getting florals, you are getting twigs. The twigs with the autumn one, that's a little bit thicker. These are a little bit thinner. You're also getting the pine and you're getting a bow. Each one of these has a different style of bow. If this is the first time that you're seeing it, so love. So this is $19.59 from $27.99. My favorite flower is the sunflower, but these are fantastic too. So you can stay right here if your budget is tight. Put the rest of these in your wish list because you'll use them within my own collection and outside of. There's so many little bits here. Second one, garden wreath add-on. By far winner, not in this sale, but you have seen examples already. For example, you saw a garden wreath here, so that's not in this sale, but still so fabulous. Put it in your wish list if you don't own it already. You can build an all year round wreath with this, and you can build it with this as well. And tons of flowers and a gorgeous bow too. What is in the sale? Birthday wreath add-on, $20.99 from $29.99. This is just all year round birthday fun. Everything here is both neutral to work on masculine and feminine cards. Party hat, 2 styles of drop-ins for it. Cupcake, I love the cupcake, so I use this one all the time. There is your bow with the present. A balloon, love that. Here is some streamers, little doodads, and the sentiment happy birthday, which is what you saw here. Love, 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 love. Another popular one that I use every single Christmas because I so love so many accessories that you can use here. My favorite is the poinsettia, but I still use everything else also. Christmas wreath add-on is $23.09 from $32.99. So that's a great deal on this large die set. Here are the poinsettias, large, small, Christmas tree, fantastic. This whole snowman. I also have a beautiful ornament with a topper. You can use this ornament as his body, or you can also just use a circular die. Fabulous bow, snowflake, and then here's the center for the poinsettia and some little holly that can go with the hat. Season's greetings with the shadow. Love, 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 love. And finally, Halloween wreath add-on. Super fun. $20.99 from $29.99. How many of my own set do I have? Multiples. And the multiples I have, I bought them myself when they would go on sale. Each one of these sets, in particular, garden wreath, Christmas wreath add-on, and build a wreath, I have about 5 sets of each of these. So I have bought my own set and I will use them over and over and over again. Here you're getting a jack-o'-lantern, bats, this bow, fabulous. Happy Halloween with the shadow, a ghost, more bats, a beautiful witch hat. Yes, a witch hat can be beautiful. Candy, and you get candy corn and more candy. So love, $20.99. Here's an example that we just saw. Merry Christmas from here. This one, and this is all from my seasonal wreath foliage, but my poinsettia is from the Christmas wreath add-on. Thumbs up, and then in the background, I'm using my 3D embossing folder. Mix, match, and play within my own collection. Up next, here's an example using my BetterPress birthday wishes, happiest birthday wishes, and celebrating you. Notice here, you're seeing birthday wreath add-on, my cupcake with the doodads. Notice you're also seeing the seasonal wreath. In the background, you're seeing dimpled 3D embossing folder. So I'm mixing 4 sets here. This card does feature just garden wreath add-on, but still fabulous. Old and new. Autumn greetings wreath for the thicker twig. I could have also used this as well. And I'm using my sunflowers. And then everything else comes from this one. Pumpkins, the gourds, all the fun. And then here is dimpled, the reverse side of it, okay? This is what it looks like embossed. This is what it looks like on the debossed, the backside. So you can use either one of them, and you can turn the orientation. You see how it's going horizontal here, and here it's going vertical. Thumbs up, have fun. You have lots of space here with the 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. So for an A2, you can go right here, and you can also go right in here. Yes, thumbs up again. All three of these cards feature birthday wreath add-on. There's the present, sentiment happy birthday. But in the background, I'm using garden wreath here and also build a wreath. There's the cupcake and the doodad. So fun. Here are the balloons, and on the inside, here are the party hats on this easel card, both of them. Isn't that fun? So that is featuring birthday wreath add-on. Up next, I'm going to talk about Halloween wreath add-on. There's the witch hat, and in the background here, that's the seasonal foliage, the new dye. This is the all year round winner. Here it is working for Halloween with the berries too. And then over here, I have build a wreath in the back, and then everything from in here except the hat. So fun, and the bow. Those two I didn't use, but everything else. This is like one of my favorite cards. I had so much fun making that card. And on this one, I'm just using the jack-o'-lantern with all the candies. Super fun as well. And lastly, I'm bringing in the Christmas wreath add-on because I have way too many examples of this. I adore it during the holidays. There is a step-by-step tutorial for this card. Here I'm making a swag in the background. Build a wreath. Garden wreath for that flower. Look at my poinsettia. So fun. For this card, from the Christmas wreath add-on, I have the snowflakes, the poinsettia, and then build a wreath for all those beautiful pine bits. And you notice there's a left and a right for the swag. So super love. Here is a swag again for the swag, and I purposely designed it this way because I didn't want you to always have to build a wreath. I wanted you to be able to tuck bits and pieces. It ends here to the right, ends there to the left. For the pine, same thing. And then there is a Christmas wreath add-on with the sentiment as well, and my beautiful poinsettia. This card in particular features all of this. Here I have the foundation die, and then I built everything on it. I have my snowman, I have the sentiment, I have the poinsettia, and I also have the snowflake. But for the wreath aspect, I'm coming in to build a wreath. For a tight budget going into 2026, my recommendation, build a wreath. You get those flowers too that can work with these flowers. Seasonal wreath foliage. Love this one. This one just gives you just that hair more thickness. Really, really pretty. And it translates directly into Christmas. So by Christmas in July, you can start working with this as well. And garden wreath add-on. She is one of my faves. Love, 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 because you can make this all year round with flowers and such. I even incorporated this with Christmas. So these are the three if I was to recommend. Then the next die I would add is Christmas wreath add-on. The embossing folders, if you can swing it, because these have a lower price point. And eventually get these if you make a ton of birthday cards. Birthday wreath add-on is fun. The whole thing. And this if you have BetterPress or Glimmer, okay? Now I have new and old mixed together. Thumbs up. Crafters, this is the time to stock up for your stash. You can make 1,000,000 cards with this collection. Change it up. Mix, match, play, discover new things. If you can make wreath cards, you'll make them 10 times faster with my collection as well. So instead of just playing with little bits of things and tucking, and you can also do the swag. So for the professional wreath builder who has been doing it for years, this is also fun for you. Quicker crafting. Yay. It's a by far winner, and it's absolutely timeless, and I purposely designed it that way. And crafters, this video is a little bit longer, but I do have the timestamps. Take your time and look at everything. You can take screenshots of all my cards too as inspiration, but I do encourage you to watch the entire video because you're going to see so many products, so many goodies. I'm going to try and pick up a little bit of speed now. First up, Club Blooms, one of my favorites. This is a past Kit Club die set. If you're not a member of Kit Club, you can get this beauty. $30 from $40. By far winner. All the way from January 2023. I don't think she will be retiring anytime soon because it's such a winner. You can mix, match, and play right in here. I have made a ton of cards with her. One of my favorites, the Sweet 16. Once you change your colorway, completely different look too. Look at this beauty. So you get a large flower, small flower, my favorite. You can stack them together. You can use it individually. You also get this flower and this one, which turns sideways. You get great foliage. You get all these little berries and sprigs as well. Such a winner. Love, 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 love. You can use as little as you want. Look how much I'm using here, but it's still a gorgeous card. You give this to your recipient, oh, they will be like, hello, by far a winner. This is an older card. Love the pinks. This is a newer card from the Advent calendar where I was playing with this purple confetti and I made a purple card. So fun. And here are two more cards, large format. So it does work seamlessly on your A2 and also your 5x7. No problems. Layer as much, layer as little. By far winner, 30 from 40. And crafters, that was a snippet of what I've made with this. Up next, Vivid Blooms, $26.39 from $32.99. Reason I'm keeping both of these together, such a by far winner. This is one of my faves. If you saw all the Spellbinders makers favorites, I'll see if I have space to link the digital magazine. But we all picked our 3 favorites. This is one of my favorites as well, along with the Garden Wreath add-on. This card is a combination of these two plus Be Bold Blooms, which was also an award favorite too. If you saw the Spellbinders Awards, you can go on the Spellbinders YouTube channel. Here you're seeing Club Blooms, and then out here you're seeing Vivid Blooms, and then this is Be Bold Blooms. So you can mix, match, and play between all 3 sets. Be Bold Blooms is a much older set, but still, by far winner. If you are new to Spellbinders, those are the 3 to get. And I have a ton of cards with this as well. At $26.39, that's a great deal because it is from $32.99. This is a recent card from the Advent calendar. Look how gorgeous this is. And you can use as much or as little as you want. Love the large flower. This one, you can turn sideways. Adore the foliage. Love, love, love. And then here are some smaller flowers. You can use this over here. And then this is like a big, huge cone style. But everything here, mix, match, and play. If you notice, you're seeing bits here, and then all of it here. They're the little flowers, more flowers, and everything. And I love this die set in red, but I had to stop using the red because I was using it all the time. I adore this. I'm going to revisit this. This is all Color Wheel cardstock, okay? These are the pinks of Color Wheel cardstock. So I was glad when this worked out because it gave me a break from all of this beautiful red. But Valentine's is coming. Fabulous card. Here is my birthday sentiment. So great for birthday cards. There is my embossing folder in the back. See how nice and neutral it is? And it works seamlessly on an A2 and also a 5x7. So mix, match, play with this beauty. Here is another card. Using a little bit of it, working with BetterPress. And I forgot to say that with my own collection. Texture and foliage, plus my whole beautiful wreath, works seamlessly with Glimmer and BetterPress. If you have issues working with what to bring on BetterPress and Glimmer, my collection, this one as well, and also Club Blooms. Here is bits of it. Here is a different take with purple. Here again with the red. Super love. And I'm going to be going a little bit further into this because the rest of this collection, the Vivid Expressions collection, a lot of it is clearancing out and it's a steal. Okay, so I'm going to take a little sidebar. Beside Vivid Blooms, you'll see /COLL. That means collection. Here are the sets that are super steals that goes along with the Vivid Expressions collection with Vivid Blooms. Press, lace, borders, press plate, and die. Super steal. $5.47 from $23.99. Presser Glimmer, and then it has these dies where you can cut like just a strip if you want, or just lay it as a good border. So super pretty. Eyelet Scallop Border. This is coming in at $6.56 from $20.99. Berry Field, so there's 2 different sets here. $6.63 from $20.99. This one is 7 inches tall. This one is 8 inches tall. They do have these dies that will also give you the individual look if you want to make it look like a punch. So super fun. Vivid Script Sentiments. This one is $10.04 from $29.99. You get a series of sentiments with the shadow. Hugs enclosed, best wishes, hello, congrats, miss you, thank you, and then for. So these are the fun sets that goes in this collection. You just saw the BetterPress here, and I pressed this twice. Isn't that fabulous? This one is the Berry Fields, and right here, you just cut all of these ones and it fits all of them. So you don't have to do repeated cuts, okay? Super, super fun. Look at that fun border. I prefer using a die as a border than a punch because sometimes with punches, you know, the whole alignment things, it starts to go wonky. I was never ever great at punching. Here is the BetterPress again. I love this. I love this one too, as you saw right there. And this one is in there as well. So I put these two together on my magnetic chase. Up next is the Scallop Journal die set. This one is $14.69 from $20.99. It's this one right here. This is another one as well. I believe that's on sale too. So here you get flowers and you also get this great circular scallop. Largest die in here is 3 by 3. Look at this beautiful card. See how I'm using it as an accent here? I could have also used my garden wreath add-on because it works so well with BetterPress. So does this one. Here it is on a cute little note card, framing the edges. Here it is, more as intended, with the scallop and the detail. And here it is again with Paul Antonio's sentiments. So his sentiments are on sale, like super sale, okay? Up next, another fun set. This is called Little Blooms. This is coming in at $6 from $11.99. Super fun set. With this one, you can get 2 for the price of 1. There's some flowers here, some little bud style flowers, and then some foliage and some tiny flowers. Here are 2 examples. Aren't those super pretty? Love, 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 love. Mini Blooms and Sprigs. This is also coming in at $6 from $11.99. What you're seeing here is 4 sets. So I didn't buy all 4 sets at the same time. I just spread them out. I got 1 set, loved it. Got another, got another, got another. This is great for all those little bits as well. Up next, Cocoa Greetings die. This is coming in at $20.25 from $27. You can also extend this into winter. Over here is Santa, and there is a diagram for this as well. It makes a super cute holiday mug. There is Santa, and here is a penguin. There is also a reindeer for this set. Super fun, super cute, and there are diagrams for it, okay? Mugs and mittens. This is $30 from $40. This is a large die of the month. Absolutely beautiful. Here are 2 examples with the mittens, and there is a diagram for this too. Look at the beautiful sweater. You get a snowflake. Here is a little heat vapor. And there is a mug. There's a snowman and Santa. If you want to deconstruct it, you can just do this snowman and Santa in a mug. Super duper fun. Love, love, love. This is a by far winner. Great for 2026. This is Splash Tail Dies. $30 from $40. This is like a 3 or 4 for 1 die set. Love this one. So this one has great bang for your buck. You get the little bag, you get the goldfish, you also get a mermaid, and you get this castle, underwater foliage, clam, everything. Just really, really fun die set. I think this is great going into 2026. Great if you do cruising, swimming, boating. This is also great for your kids if you have a fish tank at home. This is a fun one. Up next, this is an oldie but goodie. I thought this had retired, but I see it, so let's talk about it. $30 from $40. This is Classic Tales right here. That's fun. This is another 3 or 4 die sets in one. The trees you can use within or outside of the collection. The house can be used on its own. The foliage, the books. Love the open book. This, just such a winner. Sometimes I'll get a whole die set just because one die is fantastic. I'll play with the rest, but I would get it just for that and the books. This is fun too. So here is the trees, the house, and all those books. Love, love, love. And I have deconstructed this on other cards as well. So Classic Tales, 30 from 40. Winner. Up next, La Dolce Vita collection. Besides the Beyond the Door, I'm going to put /COLL for the entire collection. All of it is on sale, but I'm just highlighting these 2. This is a huge die set. This is great to make statement cards, birthday cards all year round. Thank you. It just has this whole fun scene. Beyond the Door is $27.99 from $39.99. That's a great deal. It's a big die set. Let me show you all the beautiful cards that you can make. If you attended the Weekender, you would have this already. Love, 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 love. And you notice there is bougainvillea, there's little flowers, lemon, oranges. You could put the oranges on here on the vine. This die set tells a whole story. Love that. It's like a whole self-contained die, and you can use as little as you want or as much as you want. Up next, Deckside Dreams. Great for all your cruising cards, boating, etc. This was my example from the Weekender. That's Kim's example. Isn't that fun? There is also a diagram for both of them, okay? Super duper fun. Just stunning cards. Stunning. Look at this fun one. This is called Stitch Study Nook. You can choose to stitch or not. This is a drop-in. So you could just have just a couch done. And up here for the chandelier, same thing. You don't have to do all of this. But you could leave the dots in there for texture. This is coming in at $26.25 from $35. Love this card. Another storyteller too. So fun, so fun. Up next for your masculine cards, or it can be used feminine as well, and is great for Father's Day. This is Fairways and Fishtail Die. This one is coming in at $20.25 from $27. Here is Dad Fishing and Golf as well. So there is the golf, the tee, and the ball, and then all these goodies. More storytelling fun. This is a feminine die set. Step into Spring. Perfect now for 2026. Also going all the way through to Easter. Can you use this for Valentine's? Absolutely. Red shoes, red socks. Happy Valentine's. Happy Galentine's. This is $20.25 from $27. Here it is with pink shoes, little socks. Here it is with purple. All these wildflowers come in here as well. And here it is based on Wicked. That's Dorothy. See the little red glitter shoes? Love, 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 love. Just a fun die set. I think this is also great for a younger crafter. So if you want to get your kids into crafting, this is a fun set to buy. I know a lot of younger girls and teens would love to play with something like this. Storytelling again. Flower cart die set. This one is $23.09 from $32.99. That's a great deal. These are all the bits to make the beautiful flower cart. You get the sentiment, fresh flowers, thanks so much, and a gift for you. And then these flowers. This can also mix, match, and play with the Beyond the Door that I showed you, because you could bring in these flowers over there, vice versa, okay? It will fit on an A2. It doesn't have to be on a 5x7. By far winner. Love, 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 love flower cart. Gorgeousness for spring. I adore this die set. Rainbow Bouquet. You can use as much as you want or as little as you want. There is the rainbow, but you don't have to use the rainbow. You can use the florals and the foliage. Fabulous. This is $20.25 from $27. Here it is as intended. Look at the rainbow. Look at the daffodil and the tulips. Super pretty, but deconstructed. Just using the tulips and the daffodil, even deconstructed some more. Paul Antonio's BetterPress sentiment, highlighted and framed by these beautiful daffodil and these little tiny flowers. Those are fabulous too. Look how pretty that is. Rainbow Bouquet. 3-for-1 die set. Love, love, love. By far winner. This is a fun die set. This is Simon's Space Adventure. To the Moon, which I'll just put Rocket. This is $14.69 from $20.99. UFO, I'll just put UFO. UFO Friend. This is $16.79 from $23.99. And then there is a die bundle. These two would total around $31, $32. But for $36.94, you can get the die bundle. The die bundle will include the space greetings, all these sentiments. Greetings, Earthling. Happy birthday. Love you to the moon and back. Comes with the shadow. So for a few dollars more, I think it suits you to get the bundle, okay? I'll also be putting a category just for bundles, but I think this one is a steal, all three of them, because then you get everything, okay? So let's look at some examples. Here is the rocket. That's a little alien from the UFO set right here. And then this is a sentiment die set. Love you to the moon and back. Happy birthday. Here is the UFO friend. Greetings, Earthling, with the UFO and the planets. And it does have the little planets too. Super fun. And here's another take of it. So fun. Absolute fun. And if I have a young boy, a young teen, or somebody who loves rockets, this is a great bundle. Up next, this is the Cheerful Chirps collection. All of it is on sale, but I'm going to highlight Flying High dies. So beside this, I'll put /COLL. This is a by far winner, voted in Spellbinders Awards, which means that a lot of us crafters voted on it. This was a winner. I've always said that before it was even given an award. This is a fantastic one. She is a 3-for-1 die set. Cockatoo by itself. The branch can still stand by itself. This, amazing. Then flowers and some more leaves and foliage. Here you're seeing a different take on it. This is from the Advent calendar because I was just wanting to see if I didn't use this, what it would look like. I'll come back to this, so stick a pin in this. Here it is as intended. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this. I think it just makes your card so stunning, tells a full story. Any recipient or a fellow crafter would love this with a little bit of ink blending. Hello. So no ink blending, ink blending. Thumbs up either way. Here's another version of it where I have some of the flowers in it. Another take. As you can see, I love this die set and I love the cockatoo. But there are also two more friends and you can bring in the flowers here and also the branch and that little goodie. This is Oscar and this one is called, I know it's not called Lovebirds, but I always want to call it the Lovebirds. I'll put the proper name here on the screen. All of these are on sale, but my highlight is that one, okay? So fun. So let me leave this one out because we're going to go into the next series. Up next, this is Tropical Flare. Tropical Flare comes from the Happy Hour collection. Not everything in Happy Hour is on sale. This one is $14.69 from $20.99. So for the Advent calendar, day 19, I decided to switch up the flowers here from the Flying High. I just wanted to see if I went really tropical, what would it look like? This is a fun set. I didn't use these two, but I used these and this, and it told a whole story. So it works over here seamlessly. Mix, match, and play with all your sets. It also comes with a flamingo, citrus, and an umbrella. Here it is as intended. So fun. So you can have fun with cards like this and cards like this. Up next, Love on the Rocks. Perfect for your coming Valentine cards. It's coming in at $19.59 from $27.99. Right here is all the Valentine fun. There's this little glass, some ice cubes. So fun. Could you incorporate this here with this? Absolutely. Why not? Here are two examples of it. Masculine and feminine. Thumbs way up. Up next, Gifting Bow, $17.49 from $24.99. This is an add-on die set to the Merry Moments Mega Card Making Kit. Fabulous. You can use as little as you want or as much as you want. This is like a 4-for-1 die set. Poinsettia can be used on its own. Sentiment can be used on its own. The bow all year round. This all year round. And then up here, some Christmas fun. These are the berries all year round as well. You get ornaments too. Here is a card as intended where I have the poinsettia, the berries, everything here except the sentiment. Love that. And here's another card deconstructed using this. And then the poinsettia and those berries. This is from the Advent calendar. All because of the little confetti. Isn't that fun? Love that. Gifting Bow, winner. Up next, crafters, Dancing Nutcracker. This is $20.99 from $29.99. I need to make another nutcracker. I think I want to make like a Ralph Lauren one with the red and the green. I think that would be so fun with this set. This is a fantastic one. When it's on sale, I always talk about it. He can be very tall, like what you see here, and you can also shorten him to fit on an A2 card, and he can be interactive. That's the interactive element where his legs will swing. How you shorten it? Bring up the boots. The higher you bring up the boots, the shorter he gets, and he'll fit on your A2 card, okay? And he'll still be in proportion. This is a labor of love, but absolutely worth this. You give this to a recipient, they're going to be like, wow, wow. It does come with a diagram too, so definitely print out the diagram, okay? Up next, here's another winner, Poinsettia Spray. This is coming in at $16.79 from $23.99. Love this set. If you are still catching up on your Christmas crafting or scrapbooking, I know for me, I still love doing Christmas crafting all the way through to New Year's Day. I love to still play with all of this. And you'll also be ready for Christmas in July if you don't own this set already. This is a fantastic set, very easy set. You can mass produce this one. You get the foliage base, and then you build everything on top of it. You can do all poinsettias. You can do a poinsettia flower. There's some little buds as well. And then I love these leaves, so you can do 2 different colors. Here it is, all the same color for both the leaves and the foliage base. Here it is, 2 different colors. So have fun. Love, 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 love. Up next, dancing gingerbread. Gingerbread was so popular this year. As you could see from a lot of my videos, I'll insert a photo here. I have my gingerbread house, so I am all into gingerbread. $19.59 from $27.99. And these are interactive cuties too. That's your interactive element. You get a boy gingerbread and a girl gingerbread. So you see that they move. Scarf, dress, uber cute. Love, 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 love. Here is a more recent card, and I just showed you this before. There is a gingerbread boy. And on this one, which I did different, the hair is for the girl on the packaging, but I put the hair with the hat here for him. I think that's so super cute. Love that. Up next, this is one of my favorite die sets. I can use this every single Christmas. She will not disappoint. Because of the large poinsettia too, this will work great in mini album making, especially if you're making large mini albums. You can use it on a small one too, because it does work on an A2 card, but larger mini albums, this is a great die set. And also scrapbooking. Christmas bird poinsettia, thumbs way up. $16.79 from $23.99. This is another 4-for-1 die set. Foliage can work on its own and be incorporated with a lot of other die sets. Poinsettia can work on its own. Candy cane by itself and the bird. Love this set. Here it is as intended. I did put 2 poinsettias for this 5x7 card, but I love these bits. This can work beyond just always being Christmas too. I think the bird can also work by itself all year long. Here it is deconstructed just using the poinsettia and foliage on another 5x7. And here it is with the ugly sweater, cutting out pop-up glitter foam, which is also on sale, the white. Look how it cut that out so well and shows the detail. Thumbs way up. And lastly, in more dies, another winner, seal twine. Simple die set, but such a staple for your stash. $6 from $11.99. It's just one die, but you can use it for your wax seal. You can use it outside of wax seal too. That's where I normally use it. Here it is on 2 Kit Club cards. So super love. So you run it twice, and underneath here, that's that part, and then you wrap it around the card base. And you notice, no cracking. Even with specialty cardstock, no cracking. Fabulous. Here it is with brushed gold. I'm telling you, specialty cardstock. No cracking. Here it is again. Love, 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 love seal twine. Okay, crafters, now we're going into foundation dies. This is the trifecta. These are newer die sets. These are fabulous. These are winners. They can all stand on their own, but they do play very well together. This is Perfect Touch Rectangles, $21.95 from $31.95. Perfect Touch Arches, $19.59 from $27.99, steel. And this is Starshine, $20.99 from $29.99. Love all of them. You have seen from my example, Perfect Touch Rectangles, which is 7 dies. Largest dies in A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch, comes in 6 more times to a tag. Here is an example. Here's another example. It also works very well with other foundation dies. So it's very quiet here with the detail. There it is, 3 layers. You saw it here with my garden wreath add-on. And you also saw it here with Vivid Blooms. Super fun. It looks like every example I'm giving you 2-3 layers, but you've seen plenty of examples that I've been showing you throughout this video. These are the ones that I did set aside. Up next, Perfect Touch Arches at $19.59. Thumbs up. Winner. Largest dies in A2 again. Comes in 6 more times to this fabulous tag. Here it is for scene building. Another scene. Look at the detail again. And I love to do 2 layers or a single layer like this. Here it is, 3 layers, still with a scene. One of my favorite cards, coming into Starshine. Look at that. So I'm going to put this aside because we're going to come back to that. And here is our more recent card. Look how small that image is, but still telling a whole story on an A2. And at the smaller sizing with this, great to make ornaments and tags. And I so love to use it as a shaped card. I put a 1/2" score line and then just glue the tops together to make it a top folding shaped card. Love that. Next, Starshine background. I love to dry emboss this. So with the universal plate system, with all die cut machines, that little floppy mat, the universal plate system just gives the right amount of pressure to give this that nice quilty look. So you saw the quilty look here, just making that pop and come to life. Here's another example. And another one. Look at the fun. Also, crafters, another fun benefit with Starshine background. Works great for BetterPress and stenciling. With the texture detail, I think it just tells a story on both of these cards. So this, winner. Very easy to use all year round on all sorts of cards. Here's another card to the side too, even Halloween. Look at that. Here's another card as well, more recent. Look at that. Up next, crafters, emerald cut labels and tag die. $23.51 from $35.99. Largest dies in A2 comes in 6 more times to a tag. Each set, this and this, will make nice frames. You can also use them as layering and such. There are some shaker domes. Shaker domes are on sale at the steal. Let me do a quick sidebar, but this will be in supplies. These are coming in at like $2 from $7.99. There is a hexagem one, emerald cut, and all of these coordinate with foundation die. So this coordinates with this coordinates with essential hexagem die, this one coordinates with the arch, essential arches, not Make-A-Wish arch, okay? Or what I just showed you with the perfect touch arches. It's only with essential arches, and I'll explain it when we get there. And fresh picked and stylish oval. So fun. So this one is the emerald cut. With all these layers, you can also turn it into a shaker. Without the shaker dome, here's another shaker. And you can see here when you put the two together that I got that layer. And this is wide enough that you can use a 1/4" foam tape without having to snip it down and size it down. It gives you enough that you just roll on the tape and just keep it moving. I don't like having foam tape rolls and having to gunk up my scissors by cutting and making it super thin. I love that Spellbinders does these dies just a hair wider. So it does fit that 1/4" all the way around because this is popped up. You see it? All popped up. This is double frame and then there's the acetate. So love. This is Bebo Blooms. Pretty. The other floral. This is a great example of just using this die by itself. And then on this one, I use these two together for the frame for that little BetterPress image with Winnie the Pooh. Love that as well. Because of its geometric shape, it's also great for masculine cards. Emerald cut is a nice one to add to your crafty stash. Up next, crafters, I'm going to talk about these two, and I already talked about this, but these three can work together easily, seamlessly. This is Make-A-Wish Arch Label. This is coming in at $20.99 from $29.99. Essential Arches, $19.59 from $27.99. Make-A-Wish Arch is the one that will give you the style, the elegance very quickly. It can play on casual cards, younger cards, all the way up to more sophisticated cards, elegant cards. Largest dies in A2, and what makes it special? This little scallop detail with those lines and these layers and that tag, 7 dies here. This is the oldest set, but she is still fabulous. Essential Arches. The dome works with this one. Why? 16 dies. So if you get the dome does not fit this and it does not fit this. I already tried. It only fits one of these dies in here. So when it says arch, it's only talking about this one. This is still a winner because the layers here can match with this. And depending on what you want your card to look like. Do you want it to be clean? This is clean. These have more detail, okay? So sometimes I like to use these on the outer layer and then use these on the inner layer. All three of these can make easel cards, shakers, and shaped cards. So I keep all three of them together in a scrapbook.com envelope. Let's talk about my fave, Make-A-Wish Arch, because she's just such a winner. First up, I'm showing you the playful version with the cute little pig. You see the arch dome here with all the shaker goodness. So that means I'm using this piece, but then these two outer piece is this one. Love! Here's a fun birthday card featuring these two. Now we're going to dial up the elegance with Make-A-Wish Arch. These two are BetterPress. Gorgeous. And here is seal twine with wax seal. And over here, this is just a stamped image. But look how it elevates it. And you notice on all 3 layers here, the inner layers, I'm using Essential Arch. Quiet, quiet, quiet. If I had put that detail, it would be distracting. I don't mind it down here, but I wanted to just have the image here, especially with BetterPress or a glimmer background. And then this one is just so quiet here because it's still tone on tone. So these are your more serious cards. Here is a fun holiday card with it using specialty cardstock, which also dials up the elegance very quickly. Love that. So I have all 3 layers here. This is a more recent card. This is from Kit Club. So I have these 2 cute little owls together. Notice the flying high. Yeah, with the cockatoo. That's the foliage and the branches from it. And lastly, fun and playful boys card. Here's a fun Christmas card. And here it is as an easel card with a stamped image. For those balloons and the doodads, that's from my collection, birthday wreath add-on. And then look at all the layers. So fun. Up next are 2 more examples of Essential Arch. Here it is as a shaped card. So out here is the A2, and then I'm coming in with the second layer, and I'm using Starshine in the background just to give some nice texture with the sentiment. And here I'm using 2 layers of it for this detail. Make-A-Wish Arch for that inner detail, but I could have also used any one of these in here as well. Super duper fun. Mix, match, and play with all 3 of these fun arch die sets. By far winners. One more thing, a lot of these foundation dies, why I like to take time out just to focus on them, because if you are new to card making or you've been card making for a while, but you just have you're stressing too much making cards, like it's just 5, 6, 7 hours of making one card and you're like, it's going nowhere. Use these foundation dies. When you are stuck, these are great winners right here. Perfect Touch 2, all of them. But these in particular will also give you the wow very quickly. This can be your starting point or your finishing point. You can have a great die set and you're like, I love these florals. You put it on a standard A2 rectangle and you're like, why does this card just not look right? Bring these in. Put the flowers on this and you'll be like, oh yes, I see what Suzanne was talking about. These are my crafty helpers all the time. Up next is a whimsical version of the Arch die. This one is called Arch Labels and Tag Die. This is a fun one to add to your stash. 14 dies in this one. Largest die A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. Here it is. I think this is now retired over the rainbow during Black Friday, but still fabulous. Look at all the detail. This is why I like to call it whimsical, because when I have these fun, cute characters, that's from the Advent calendar. See how it just helps to tell a story? This is using 2 layers here, and I could have put acetate and tell a story. Now you notice what's here in the background again. Flying High, the cockatoo die set. Look how pretty that is. And that is Halloween. Thumbs way up. And this one, just so fun. You also saw it with the birds that I showed earlier. And look at this with pattern paper. Fun, 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 fun. Love this for whimsical cards. But let's say you don't make whimsical cards. You don't like cutesy. Here it is on a more serious card. Still working. Father's Day. And look at this one with the whole scene too. It's great for scene building as well. Again, 1/2 inch score line, glue the tops together to make a top folding A2 card, okay? You can definitely dial this up. Here's another version of it. Again in the background, look at that, Starshine. So the reason I put the Starshine here, when I had ink blend this and put the owl and everything, it was looking too flat. That's why I brought in Starshine for that. Thumbs up. Winner. Add it to your card if you don't own it already. Nested Postage Labels and Tag Die. $21.95 from $31.35. This is my day 23 example for the Advent calendar. Here I'm using 2 layers of this. Largest die is an A2 out here. Then it has a matting layer. And it keeps on going in with all these matting layers and comes into a tag. 11 dies in this set. This layer is this one, not that one, okay? I purposely did that because I wanted a big frame for those cute little roller skates. When you want to layer up and have fun, this is also a great die set. If you're going to post cards and you really want to give that whole postage thing too, fabulous. Look at all these fun layers. Love that. Here it is telling a story for the holidays. This frame is 2 of these inner stitch dies cut together. Yay! And then the postage is out here. Love that as well. Here it is enhancing pattern paper. This is just all pattern paper and a sticker. Here it is with BetterPress. There's the postage in the background, and then for this BetterPress layer, there is that stitch detail. And lastly, here it is with a stamped image as an easel card. And then on the inside, I'm using that as my little stopper for my easel card. Isn't that fun? Love, 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 love. Put this in your wish list if you don't own it already, or put it in your cart because she's a winner. Up next, these two fabulous ovals. This one is more popular than this, but I love both of them. Essential Modern Ovals, $18.89 from $26.99. This has 12 dies. Largest die is 3 1/4 by 5.5 inch. Then there is Essential Stylish Ovals. This is 16 dies. This is coming in at $23.79 from $33.99. Largest die is an A2, and then it comes all the way in, okay? So there are more dies in this set, but this is the more popular one. You saw it here on both examples featuring Starshine. So I'm using one of this, the little capsule. What makes this one fun is that it's tall but narrow. What makes this great is because it is tall as well, going all the way out to the A2, but it does have the width. Sometimes you need the width. Essential Modern Oval, and that one is Stylish Oval. Notice this is just a little bit wider coming in here. That is so cute. And then for this one, look at that, just telling a whole story by cutting out that frame. I could have put acetate and put bits in here. So these are just by far winners. I love them for different reasons. Here is one of my favorite cards featuring the two largest dies here in Essential Modern Oval. Look at it with BetterPress, background, and sentiment, and then some beautiful flowers. Here it is also on a travel card. It can work for masculine cards as well. And lastly, you saw it here, the two largest ones with modern ovals for the cat. And also here, I'm using the width with my snowman because this would have been too narrow. You see how it gets very narrow coming in at this sizing? So I come out here then, and it does work still on an A2 card, and this is a 5x7. Love both of them. Winners, love. Up next, Everlasting Circles. This is your storyteller. This is $16.79 from $23.99. Why do I call this a storyteller? Told a story here. Here, you saw these before. Created a moon too. Here with my little ghost, and also here with the rocket. Very easily, very quickly. Largest die in this set is 4 1/4 inch, comes in 15 more times to 1/2 inch, okay? So this is a 16 count die set. Love it to cut these little vignettes and tell little stories. Great boys card, great Halloween card, another Halloween card, and just an all year round happy birthday everything card. Here's another scene with the Frog Prince die. Here is one with Mickey and Minnie with the open book. That's from Classic Tales with the book. Storytelling. Love that. You also saw it here on my wreath cards. So sometimes I will cut a circle, build a wreath on it, but you don't have to always have a circle to build a wreath. You can do it without any circular die. There is none here. All you do is attach end to end all the way around and it will create a circle. But if you want to be very precise, or in this case, build so many flowers on top of it, I do like to use something like this just to keep it more contained, okay? Have fun, mix, match, and play. Up next, 3 fun foundation dies. This is from the Tunnelscapes collection. Tunnel Clouds, coming in at $25.87 from $36.95. Underwater Tunnel, $23.09 from $32.99. Rainbow Slice, $23.09 from $32.99. These are all different shapes of foundation dies. This will also give you a jump start or help you finish a card and also tell a story. This one is like the great outdoors with the moon, the sun, the clouds. This one has the underwater but can still tell a story. And this one can be like underwater. You already saw it in space with the rocket. And also has a ton of florals. Winners. If I could only choose one, I'd go with the Tunnel Cloud. That's the one I use the most because it's just so fun to tell stories with it. Here it is telling a story. This is the largest cloud. Here it is using 2 of the clouds. Look at that. So fun. You can see the whole story right there. Here it is on masculine card, still telling a story. Father's Day, travel, fun. Here's a little boy. And I could also have the little girl here, another story card. And you notice that it works on your A2 or your 5x7 as well. Here are 2 cards from the Advent calendar. Look at it here with the fish underwater. And then using some of that coral too from the die set. And here it is with the little spaceship that was in the advent calendar. I think both of these cards are absolute fun. Boys card. This could also be a boys card too. Here it is with the fish and more marine life. There are some other die sets add-ons that goes with this. So I'll put /COLL. Here is Rainbow Slice using some bits from the underwater tunnel and their marine die. Here it is with a cup of coffee. And you also saw it with the rocket. Thumbs up, boys card. Up next, Landscape Edges dies. Each die is 7 inches tall. This is coming in at $14.69 from $20.99. I think this is a great deal. You get a cloud edge, hill edge, and grass edge. This I've used on some of my cards, but then sometimes I'll also use my scissors. So I have to really look at it hard. So I don't have an example to show you, but I've used this all the time. I probably have shown you some examples because I use this too. Love this set. And lastly, in new packaging, I finally changed the sleeve. This is Precision Layering A2 sets A and B. Sets A is coming in at $21.95 from $31.35. Both of them have 16 dies. I don't know why. Set B is coming in at $22.04, so about 5 cents more from $31.49. So there's a little difference. 16 dies in each set. I talked about this nearly every single video in the Advent calendar. I'll link my playlist here if you haven't seen that. If you do have the Advent calendar and now you're going to get ready to play, because everything in the Advent calendar is really geared towards 2026. The largest die in set A is an A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. Largest die in set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter. When you go between these two, one after the other, you're going to get very tight increments. This is my by far crafty assistant. This works seamlessly with BetterPress, Glimmer, helps me straighten out backgrounds, works with stencils. You've seen it in a lot of my examples, 5 reasons so far. But let me prove it to you. Here I'm using set A on the outside, and I'm not sure what I'm using on the inside because I go between these. I just pull them and go. I wanted more spacing here. You saw it on these 2 examples. You see this little tight spacing? That means I'm using set A out here and then the largest die from set B in here. Look at both images. You see that horizontal line? You notice that my card is straight? Because I'm using these dies to frame it out for placement. I don't like using a trimmer on something like this because then it starts to go wonky. Even though the cherries seem like loose, there is a horizontal line here. You see them? That needed to be straight. This definitely needed to be straight. So you notice how the wine glass here is straight? That's what I mean when I say that this works very well with BetterPress and Glimmer, especially backgrounds and stenciling too. The background has things going on, but it still runs in a direct line. Here is a perfect example of really using these dies to frame things out because these 2 are looking straight, aren't they? That's what I'm using. Here is the largest die from set A and B. See the narrow detail? This is the 1/8 of an inch, which is really 1/16 of an inch on each side. See the tight layering? This is more wider layering. Love, 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 love my crafty assistant. If I went on a trip and I lost these, I'd come back home and I'd order another set. That's how much I love these. And if you're like, Suzanne, it's just a set of rectangles. You notice my packaging? I've used this thing hundreds of times. You notice that my dies are not bending. Keep that in mind. That's why I also love this set. When you go into these larger sizing with a die that's open like this, they'll start to do this type of thing. If she does bend, I just go like this and put her back in here. They don't warp. They don't warp. They don't bend. They cut very clean. So I particularly love the Spellbinders set. Do I have other brands of rectangles before I bought these? Yes. Am I using them? No. But I do have them. I just use these all the time because she is just a workhorse for me. Here's a BetterPress background that had to be straight. You see this intersection and that? You notice how it's all straight, and you notice largest die from A and B. See the thin layers? And I could keep going in, but I normally do 2. And again with the wine glass. Love, 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 love. Put these in your wish list if you don't own it already, or just put it in your cart. If you do get them and use them, you're going to be like, oh, Suzanne wasn't lying. No, I'm not. And they don't warp. Love, love. You notice how my packaging is nice and flat? Yes. Workhorses. Love them. Next up, BetterPress. A lot of Paul Antonio is on like super sale. I'm going to just highlight these three because I've been showing examples of them. So he has these large, beautiful calligraphy. This is all his handwriting too. Gorgeous. You've seen the large BetterPress sentiments, and you can press or glimmer. Copper plate, happy anniversary. I'll just put anniversary. BP for BetterPress. $6 from $11.99. Hope you're feeling better. I'll just put feeling better. This is $6 also from $11.99. And heartfelt sympathy. This is great if you ever need this. $8 from $15.99. Press or glimmer any one of these. This sizing is great in particular because it takes up a nice amount of real estate on your card. Here you saw heartfelt sympathy. Look how gorgeous that card is. Just use some navy and some gold. You can also use cotton card, which is on sale, and press it out. Here is happy anniversary. And here is hope you're feeling better. If you use an ornate background, then you get more of an elegant look. And these florals, that's a garden wreath add-on. So is this. Fabulous, right? Fabulous. So these are a steal, and he has more sentiments in there too that you can definitely check out. And lastly, Valentine Happy Hour, press plate and die. I thought this sentiment was here, but I know I have cards with this. I just can't find them. I have so many cards, but the font will look something like this. This is from the Cheers sentiments, press plate and die. But a great deal, especially for Valentine that's coming, is this one. So Valentine Happy Hour sentiments, press plate and die. This is coming in at $12 from $23.99, half off. You get a series of sentiments that you press or glimmer, die cut once. Thumbs up. Alrighty, crafters, now let's go into supplies. Beyond the machine steals that I talked about in the beginning, which you should definitely check out if you are in need, this is the time because those are like thumbs up winners. Color wheel cardstock, some of the packs are in this sale. Treasured cardstock is in this sale. These are assorted packs of specialty cardstock. They are full size, 8.5 by 11 inch. I'm just using the packaging here just to make it easy for me. 15 sheets in each pack, 5 styles, 3 sheets each. White, silver, red, black, blue, rose gold, and gold. Each one of them will have the same styling. Glitter metallic, matte metallic, brush metallic, mirror metallic, and pearl. I use these all the time. You saw them on a lot of examples I'm showing here. As a matter of fact, there you are with the gold, okay? But treasured cardstock, stock up on it, and most of the colors are in stock. I think all of them are. Thumbs up. Like I said, cotton card is on sale. All sizes of cotton card panels are on sale. So is BetterPress ink, including some of the new Dina Wakley. Check that out. And the re-inker for BetterPress. Thumbs up. Craft Stacks is on sale, which is Spellbinders crafting, storage, and sorting trays. Love those. I'll link a video here so you can see what Craft Stacks is. Spellbinders punches are on sale. Their trimmers are on sale. They have both a guillotine trimmer and a 12 by 12 trimmer, so you can check that out if you need a trimmer. I love to use the little guillotine trimmer right there by my desk because it's just very easy to bring it in, and it can also cut A2 card bases. Wax beads and wax stamps are on sale. Pop-up glitter foam in white is on sale. That's coming in at $5.94 from $6.99. A lot of the other colors have been retired, but the white is still there. You saw it here with the poinsettia bird. Look at that beautiful poinsettia. You also saw it here cutting out that little snowflake. This is a die, so it works very well with dies. Here it is for that background. Again, another snowy background. And here as well, that's my Christmas tree from my Christmas wreath add-on. And lastly, here's another example. That's the poinsettia again from Christmas Bird. So fun. See? On an A2 card. But look at the sentiment. Look how thin that is. And that is cut out with pop-up glitter foam. Pop-up glitter comes in a pack. 10 full-size sheets. 8.5 by 11 inch. And it will last you a long time. I love to use it like this. See, against the white cardstock, you can still see it. And there's no extra colors in here. It's just clear white glitter. That doesn't shed. That doesn't shed. Let me say that again. You see that? Love, love, love. And for those sentiments too. You even saw it with Halloween. I found the card. Here it is earlier. You saw it here with Halloween. Look at that. Boo to you. Thumbs up. Love. Also, crafters, hot foil rolls are on sale. Adhesives are on sale. So is yellow tape. This is 1/4 inch yellow tape. And this one is 5/8 of an inch. This is the most popular size, okay? I use this for BetterPress, glimmer, sometimes to hold on a die, very rarely, like maybe 5% of the time. I don't tape down dies. But if I need to, I'll use it, but definitely for glimmer. So you can stock up on some yellow tape, which is also called Best Ever Craft Tape, but I always call it yellow tape. And gems are on sale. So Spellbinders gems will look like this in different sizes. They are fabulous and amazing. You've seen it through a multitude of my cards, okay? Alrighty, crafters, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this sale. It will be there for a little while, but definitely check out those steals. Definitely check out those machine steals. If you need a new machine, it will be like new. Seriously. I'm telling you now, Denzel did a quality check on these things because Spellbinders is not going to put gently used. It's not a machine that would crank 2 times and then it breaks. But I'm sure you could contact them if something happens. But it's still fabulous. Get the ones with the universal plate system. Remember, if it says ORIG, meaning original, it will not have the universal plate system. Those are the ones that I'm like, it's okay. Skip those. Spend a little bit more money. You'll be a happy camper, okay? Thumbs up. Okay, crafters, remember, check your rewards. Check your wish list. Free shipping at $125. Do you have to shop like crazy in this sale? No, but you can if you want to. If you got some gift cards, why not have some fun? There's such a wide category and supplies in this sale, so definitely have some fun with it. I'm going to be adding some of these goodies to my cart as well. I need some more cotton card because you know I am now pressing everything. I hope you all had a great Christmas and you're still enjoying the holiday and have a great new year. Until the next video, thanks again for watching. Please give this video a like, a thumbs up. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye!